Hi, my name's Terry Hess, and this is a game I made for Programming Foundations 2 at Full Sail University, which course is actually currently called Prototyping, but they're in the middle of changing the name. It's a space shooter, kind of like Asteroids or something like that for the Atari or Space Invaders. I usually just show the game, play, but this time I'll show a little bit of how the game is made. So this is basically the play area. And in the play area we have these enemy generators, pickup eater. These are all just generators that are going to spawn enemies. So they come at you and you can shoot them and then they'll keep spawning them. We have our player ship, which starts off in the center. We're going to show a little bit of the code that goes with these. That way people can see what actually makes the movement of the objects. This is the script for the ship, and in the script you have your variables up top. Then we have the start function, which resets the stats, and then also keeps the particle systems for the boost of the ship. They're set to false because we don't want them to play unless you press the T button for the boost. And here's the update, which this first one is just for the pausing, which each object that moves needs to pause function in them. So they all have that. Then you have the update firing, which is your bullets to shoot forwards, out the sides, your missiles. Here's the call for the thrusters. Here's for 3 special bullets that are 1, 2, and 3 buttons. Okay, and then let's see here. We got our reset stats, which will have your score start at 0, and it'll keep track of the shots fired and the enemy's hits. It'll have your max shield start at 100, which I disabled the shields, so they won't be in this tutorial, even though I'll turn them on and show you what it looks like. And then it starts your max health out at 3. And your current lives will start off at 3. Well, your max lives will start off at 3, which is equal to the current lives, which we have that right here. Okay. Let's see, here's a little bit of code for the thrusters. It says if the key is the T, which is the T on the keyboard, then the move speed is +10, and it plays that particle system that was set to false up at the start, and then the same thing, it plays the particle system that was set to false. Okay, and then here we have to make the ship move. This moves the ship on its x-axis, which is left or right, and instead of being 60 times for each frame, we have it in delta time, which takes it to seconds, so it don't move real jerky or anything. This little section of code makes it so the ship can go out the left side and back in the right, which actually all it does is when the ship gets to this position, that would be the left side of the X, then it puts the ship to this position, which would be the right side of the X or the screen, and then vice versa right here. Okay, here we have the update firing, which is when you press the fire 1, which is the left mouse click. It'll shoot your do fire and your weapon do fire missiles, and that's just the first bullet that comes straight up out of it. It waves, and it's for the missile and it shoots out the right. Here we have another one for when you press M. When you press M, it's going to shoot the one that goes straight and waves. It's going to shoot 2 that you can set the position in the Spectre, but I have them set to coming up and right at an angle and up and left at an angle. And it's also going to shoot your missile. There we have if you press the 1 key on the keypad, it's going to fire the special 1, which just does another bullet. It's bigger, shoots out the left, and I have one for 2, shoots out the right, one for 3, shoots down. Here's the instantiates, which pull the prefabs, which they're not in the scene. The prefabs aren't, and it pulls them to the position of the ship and then makes them go the way that the code says for each of the bullets. Here we have for the pickups this little section. So when the player hits the pickup, it'll log the score if the pickup's name is score. It'll log the score, play a sound, destroy the pickup. And same with the shield. It would take this one would take away your shield. It destroys the shield icon pickup. Here we have for if the player hits the enemy ship, it's going to take 10 off your shield. Here's another one for enemy ship. It's also going to take 1 off your health. And then the same with projectiles. It's going to take 1 off your health and 10 off your shield if you hit a projectile. And the asteroids, it's going to take 10 off your shield and 1 off your health. So here we have, if the current health is less than 2, then it's going to play a particle system. And this is less than equal to 0. It's going to play a noise, take 1 life off of the lives. That's not the health. You lose 3 health and then you lose 1 life. Then you get your 3 health back. You lose them, then you will lose 1 life. And you have 3 lives. And when the process is all said and done, you have 0 lives, and that's when it will load another scene I have called Game Over. And then here is this for if you get 5,000 points, then it's going to load the continue game, which the continue game scene has a button that you press and takes you to the second level. Okay. Here we have the inspector for the player ship. This is where I would drag my prefab bullets. It has a section for the bullet, all the audio, everything that was in that ship script. And here I have a separate script for the ship to move it up and down. And it's the same as the X for that move on the X axis, except for it's with Y. And it does the same thing. Thrusters, when you hit them, it makes your ship go faster, plus 10 on the Y axis. And the screen wraps on the Y axis. That's what that is. Okay, so you can see what prefabs are. I have a folder here for prefabs. These are the asteroids and the generators. Like you have the asteroid spawner here, which is right here, the one with the arrows. So I take my prefab, you click this little button, choose it, so I can take the asteroid, drag it here, or I can come here and choose it, which you see it chose. And it'll shoot that one. I can do any of my asteroids with this one. Same with like the enemy ones. You know, you just drag your enemy in there, and then the spawner will spawn it in between 1 and 20 seconds. And then this back and forth script makes the spawner move. We can see it in action right here. Actually, we're going to have to drag the game out. Turn off the maximize on play. And over to the left, you can see the generators shooting out the enemies. Anyway, that's how those work. Okay, and this is all my prefabs. Well, let's show you a bullet script real quick. So I have my scripts, my enemy scripts, and we'll show the try to find the wave bullet. Charge is a generator. Shield damage and fire. Yeah, let's go with this basic one. This is an enemy that comes straight down. He'll turn red to ram at you when you're in his sight within a 90-degree angle. And if you move out of that 90-degree angle, he'll turn green and rotate towards you, then turn red again and ram at you. And this is his script. You have your variables up here. You see, now you have, if he gets hit with a missile, it's going to give the player 20 points. Through here and here is the most part of what makes him look at you and ram at you. It's kind of a little bit of a cheat for an AI, for an artificial intelligence. Okay. Well, let's see. We have our different scenes. Let's see, because I don't remember what I did. Anyway, here's our, after you beat the first level, it takes you to this. Then you can press continue. And it takes you to the second level. This is the game over for when you die. You can go back to the main menu, or you can just choose play again, which takes you straight to the first level. And this is the first level scene, and the level 2 scene, and then our title scene. Okay, I think that's about all the behind the scenes I'm going to show, so time to play the game. Okay, so here we go. Let's test the game out. I'll put the screen resolution up to as it goes. And let's play. I'm going to play it windowed. Well, I guess we'll get to see the whole thing. Awesome. Alright, so title screen, press start, and we start off on the first level. Okay, as you can see, the M key will shoot the 3 shots plus the missiles, one up straight up the middle that curves, one up to the left, the blue one, and one up and to the right, the red one. Okay, the particle system around the player right there is for when the player's health, which is the red crosses, when they get down to 1, it does that particle system to let the player know that they're about to lose their last health. And when you lose your 3rd health, you lose 1 life. And when you lose all your lives, the game is over. So you have 3 healths, you lose 1 life, you get 3 healths back, lose them, you lose another life. You get your 3 healths back, you lose them, and you lose your last life, and then you have the game over. Oh, excuse me. Alright, so when your game's over, we can go back to the main menu, which is the start title, and we can start again. Just to show you the special bullets, I can press the 1 button, the 1 key on the keyboard, choose that bullet. Number 2, shoots one to the left, you see they're bigger, I guess it's called a special. And number 3 shoots one behind them. So you have bullets that you can cover every direction, basically, except for southeast and southwest. Okay. Let's go back to the main menu, might as well. I'll show you the speed. So here's the boost, that's normal speed. Press the T key. We speed up quite considerably. Normal, T, normal, T, normal, T. Okay, T without moving real fast. Let's take his last health and try again. Play again. Okay, press T by itself, it shoots the boosters out the back. The little red guy, the blue guy's going from left to right. You can see when I shoot, they shoot. I figure I'll add that in to make it just a little bit harder. So, you know, there's a bunch of them going across, but you gotta time your shots, or you'll have a bunch of shots coming at you. Okay, I'm gonna take a couple of hits on purpose here. Sorry. Okay, let's take a couple of hits. There, we got one life gone, and this is the pause menu, which we can resume. We can restart, which resets it. Or we can exit out, which takes us to the title screen. Okay. If the player hits the O key on the keyboard, it takes us to our cheat menu, which we can mod our score by clicking that. As you see, the score goes up by 50 each time I click it. You can mod your life, which the life is the hearts. Each time you click it, you get an extra life. And when it hits 3, you can keep clicking, and you'll actually keep getting lives. It just doesn't show up here on the HUD. And you can mod your health, which is these red crosses. I'll lose a couple of health. Okay. Now I can mod it, get the health back. Same with the lives. If you keep clicking it, you keep getting health. Okay, when I had shield, you can click the mod shield and it would add to your shield. Your shield start off at 100. And then I believe each time you click the button, you got 20 extra shield. And then also you can just skip to the next level. And I'll go ahead and do that. You see when I skip to the next level, it looks the same, but the enemies will spawn faster, and they will move faster. It'll just be way more chaotic. I only added 2 levels, so this is the second and last level. I'll go ahead and play it. You see we have the little guys that turn red. They come out the sides too. Way more chaotic. And I died. So let's start over. I'll show you, see the little red guys, you can move out of their way so they chase me around. Pretty much the missiles are the same thing as them, except for the missiles attack the enemy, or they attack you. And about the last thing is if I'd actually get past this first stage. You see the first stage is a lot slower. And then rockets that come down the screen, if you're in front of them, they slow down. And when you move to the left, they speed up when you're out of their sight. So they scroll down real fast when you're not in front of them. When you're in front of them, they slow down. Okay, one last time. Let's go to the main menu and start over. I'm going to go ahead and cheat. Takes 5,000 points to beat the level. So I'm going to go ahead and collect the 5,000. Well, let's do 4,000 something. Okay, 4,800. That sounds good. I believe I can earn the last 200 by myself. Alright, so let's do it. And I need 60 more points. There we go. Hit 5,000. So you beat the first level, and we have a scene that pops in that says, "Great job. Play level 2. Continue." And you click continue. And then start you off on level 2. Alright, so that's the game. I don't believe I'm missing anything. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. And good luck.